Welcome to Jamie TV, where we do not pissy pants about. Recently, the iOS music platform was blessed with 4 fabulous new SWAM instruments: the double bass, the cello, the viola and the violin. Now, plenty of other people have already done tutorials and walkthroughs on exactly how these apps work, so I'm not going to repeat that same information here. What I want to do is this. These apps are capable of an incredible amount of expression, so I'm going to show you how I'm using a cheapo controller and some automation to get the very best out of these apps. The first thing that I need to do is to show you how to map a controller to a SWAM instrument. So first of all, let me just show you. If I play a note here, I've mapped the expression to this control, so I could play this in live and add some feeling to it. And I've mapped the vibrato to this one. Basically, I've mapped a few things that I think I need today to get the job done, adding some expression to a basic Midi arrangement. So here's how we would map the controller. If you go up here and press Midi, and then you will see that various parameters are highlighted, and they're the ones that we can map to, but it's not restricted to this page. If you have a look through the menu, you'll see there are all kinds of options of things that you can map to. So the way that we do that, I haven't mapped these 3 controls down here, so let's just choose one. If we go with, let's go with tremolo. Right, so I'll press on tremolo, and then we press learn, and we twiddle our knob. And there, it's learnt that from here on, this knob is going to control the tremolo. So let's come out of there and just give it a test. Actually, if I just press Midi, you'll see that that's now pink, showing that that's one of the parameters that's been mapped to already. So I will now play a note and adjust the tremolo. And it's as simple as that, really. It's actually very easy to do inside of a SWAM instrument, but we're in AUM at the moment, so you do also have the option of going here, and you'll see that all the parameters are exposed up here. Now, a lot of you may already be used to mapping controllers in this way, so you do have that option as well. This is a Midi arrangement that I wrote to show off the 4 SWAM string instruments, and it sounds okay at the moment. It has a human quality feel because I played it in by hand. It's not quantized, but it is lacking any real expression. I left that out to take care of later. Well, today actually. I'm going to do it in a minute. But unfortunately, I wrote the Midi in Atom 2. Now, Atom 2 is amazing. It can do a whole host of fantastic things. But whilst it will record automation on the way in, you can't at the moment view that automation for if you want to make any edits later. And I really need to be able to do that. Fortunately, you can very easily export the Midi that you've written so that you can drop it into a folder and then maybe drop it into another app. And you do that like this. In Atom 2, we simply go up to the burger icon up here, export Midi, save to files, and then we simply choose a folder that we want to save it to. Okay, you'll see now in my project I've got rid of Atom 2 and replaced it with LK, and here in LK I've got 4 lanes for double bass, cello, viola and violin, and I've already imported the Midi that I exported from Atom 2, and if you need to know how to do that, I will post a link at the top of this video right now to a little quickie video that I made explaining exactly how to import a Midi file into LK. Now what I need is I need my controller to be coming into LK, so we go to the burger icon here right next to it, select MPK Midi and go back into LK. And now whichever lane is selected by the magic little red dot will be controlled by the controller. So right now we should have double bass, and if I select the cello and viola and so on. Right, now I'm going to drag up from the, in fact no, let's just select the cello. Right, I'm going to drag up from the bottom, and there you'll see the lovely MIDI I have for my violin and my viola, cello and double bass. Let's go back to cello, and I'm going to drag up from the bottom again, and here is the automation lane. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play back the track, and I'm going to record some automation in for the cello first. And the way I need to do that is simply to move my twisty turny knobs on my AKAI MPK Mini to input that expression, and that will all be recorded in here. So let's do the cello first. So you'll see LK has drawn in the automation that I played in with my controller. This I believe is the vibrato, and if I just change lane 17 to 18, this one is the expression. And what I could do now is I could use the controls in here to make some fine-tune adjustments to that automation, or I could do another pass and adjust some of the other parameters as I go. And then what I will be doing is repeating this process for all the other instruments, and then I shall be back and I will play you the result. Of course, LK is not the only app you could choose to use to record your automation with on iOS, far from it. Here we are in a project that will feature much more heavily in my next video. I'm just going to give you a sneak preview of it right now because I'm about to record an introduction part with SWAM cello using some automation. So I thought this would give me a chance to show you what happens when you record automation in Helium. So let's just go into Helium and we'll press play and record this intro. Okay, that seemed to go reasonably okay. Let's just press stop. Okay, right, so I'm just going to put my fingers on the screen. I don't use my mouse because it often messes things up. Right, so okay, now what we need to do is we need to see that automation that we just recorded in. So I'm just going to go down to controller here at the bottom, click on there, and then we need to click here where we see the lanes of automation. And if I scroll down, now the problem in Helium is that there are lots of parameters like this, look. It can be kind of difficult to find where you recorded your automation to unless you know the number that you're looking for, and I do know the number because in LK it told me that the expression was on lane 18. And there we are. There is the expression that I dialed in whilst playing that melody with this little twisty turny knob here. Now if I go to edit here, I can hold down, yes, if I hold down on edit, I can select between draw and paint, erase and line, and I can make some changes to this automation. In fact, using paint, let me just do one quickly because I can always undo it. Right, so I'll just show you how quickly you can maybe dial in some experimental sort of automation. But I'm going to go to more here and undo that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the vibrato. So if I just switch this to lane 17, I'm pretty sure that's where it was recorded. And now we return to 0, and I'm going to leave Helium open, and hopefully we'll see that automation being drawn in. I've not actually tried this. This is just theory for now. So I shall press play. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that I've at least given you some idea of how incredible these SWAM strings instruments really can sound. And I hope that I've managed to successfully show how we can use controllers and automation to really bring what is essentially a synthetic instrument to life. If this video has raised any questions for you, then by all means comment down below the video. I will reply, I always reply, and I will do my very best to help. If you'd like to help out this channel, all the info is down below the video, my website, Patreon, Bandcamp, merchandise, etc, etc, blah 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 blah. So until next time, be good people and take care of yourselves, make lots of music, and don't pissy pants about. See you later.